Hey, what up, people? The Football Talkative. I'm your host, AB. I'm back again. Big commiserations go out to Arsenal. If you're not an Arsenal fan, today this would be a perfect time to just go and give them a warm hug. A lot of Arsenal fans felt something within themselves yesterday that might be somewhat recognizable, but it must have been so intense that they nearly collapsed or they nearly fell out. Probably they even had a fallout with some of their mates, their friends, because the banter and all of that has been a bit too much for them to handle. So lend your hand to an Arsenal fan today, you understand? Put a couple of naira, put some money in an Arsenal fan's hand today, you understand? It's the start of the week, doesn't matter how small, could go a long way for lunch, just to ease the pain a bit, you understand? Very, very tough watch for a lot of Arsenal fans yesterday, because yesterday represented the D-Day to decide or to kind of indicate whether or not some of the agony, the anguish and the suffering of so many years, so many near misses in recent years will be over. After several poor performances recently, you get. But yesterday wasn't meant to be, Lucky enough for you guys, I'm not really one of those Arsenal fans that needs any comforting at the moment, because, I kind of settle my mind and I settle my expectations and things like that a bit earlier than a lot of people. And I kind of deal with things on a longer stretch, on a broader scale. I don't tend to go at things, on the one game or on the event on itself, you feel. So yesterday's game for me, disappointing, hard to take. But as an Arsenal fan, for me personally, I actually feel more prideful than disappointed. Like, my scale of measurement of both of those emotions is I feel more prideful, I feel more proud of the boys than actually angry or disappointed with the boys, because that right there was a performance to show, or at least it showed that, listen, not only did the boys care about winning the league, but they actually wanted to be brave. Not brave as far as just losing, throwing away all caution and everything like that, but brave in the sense that they took the game to City. They went there to actually try to win. It wasn't like some of the games or some of the tactical approaches you would see from Arteta sometimes, where it's be more like caution, let's just try and get a draw and all of that. Now they try to win, but they just got outdone by a more informed team, a more clinical team, especially in attack. A team that's really found perfect balance in their formation and everything, and it was a good watch, for a neutral team, you feel me? Because tactically, you see both teams kind of went for the right lineup that suited what they were trying to do, and also what would give them the best chance of success, And the quality of the football was a bit better, from both teams, but especially from Arsenal compared to what Arsenal has done before. Arteta made some big calls, deciding to drop Gyökeres for Havertz, playing Eze on the wing. Odegaard came in, after some time injured and all of that. And that formation actually gave the best chance for Arsenal to stay in the game, stay competitive and stay threat. And if Arsenal was a bit more competitive, probably they wouldn't still deserve to win overall in balance of play, but probably a draw would have been a fairer result or a fairer reflection of how the game went, because both teams had chances, both teams hit the bar, and yeah, man, really, really feels like a punch in the stomach for Arsenal fans, and a lot of people are laughing, a lot of enemies are happy, because the thing they were looking for, there's a lot of rival fans that follow Arsenal more than their own team, you understand? And again, I always say, it surprises me how when you have the big boys, you understand, the Arsenals and all of that, who are trying to do big things with their season, when they go through a bit of a rough patch, you now see Man United fans trying to chime in with an opinion. Yeah, You little one game a week team, you understand? You guys right now are just like Bournemouth. You get Bournemouth you're the Bournemouth Red Devils basically. You get. So you don't know nothing about what's going on this side. You don't know nothing about the pressure on this side. You understand? What do you guys have to compete for this season? Just do we have Bruno Trophy? Your only hope and prayer is that somehow you do what you always do and find a way to get into the back door and get an individual award so that you can see, well, Bruno, look at Bruno, the best 10. Listen, just because Bruno makes you guys feel sweet in the middle, just because Bruno makes you guys feel all soft and butterfly in your stomach, doesn't mean he does the same thing for the rest of us, you feel me? Hold on to your man. Hold on to your man. Please appoint Carrick full-time, like make him the permanent manager. And continue to do what you always do. And continue to provide the entertainment for us like you always do every season. You get me? You get. So yeah, man, like tactically, Arsenal went for the usual 4-3-3 formation. Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Eze on the wing, Havertz. Havertz was immense in that game for Arsenal. Havertz was immense. The hold-up play, the duels he won in the air, the assistance in the build-up phase and all of that. Those things proved really precious in that game because naturally with City being at home and everything, the wind was always going to be in their sails. They were the ones going to go for it. The crowd was behind them and all of that. And Havertz really helped with ball retention a lot of times for Arsenal, and that really proved to be, the right call by Arteta because we know Gyökeres, lethal finisher, no doubt about that, but in terms of like ball retention and his hold-up play and assistance in build-up, I think he took some of the pointers from the Carabao Cup final, you see, and with Gyökeres, because his touch is not that tidy, he's not that secure in possession. Arteta went for Havertz as a way to just give us a bit more ball security and not give City as many turnovers on the ball and all of that. And it really helped because even in spite of that, look how much dominance City were still able to get sometimes in midfield, especially. I think City really won that midfield battle. Bernardo Silva, this guy. Bernardo Silva has to go down now. Like there's undisputed. Even before this game, I think nobody could really doubt it. But you see, a game like this is just reflective of why this guy is an undisputed candidate for an all-time great in Premier League midfield. A guy who is that small physically in stature, who started as this kind of flary winger, really kind of like how Santi Cazorla used to be at Malaga and all of that, and then eventually came to City, played on the wing a couple of times. Basically he's been top for City in almost every position he's played on the wings at some point, played as a number 10 at some point. Then even when the likes of Gundogan and the rest of these guys, Kevin De Bruyne, whenever they were injured and all of that, he was always the utility knife, the guy shape-shifting into different roles for the team, eventually became captain of the team, and even would go into defensive zones and tackle. I mean, if you think about the Arsenal game yesterday, there was a ball played in behind for Havertz, I think it was, and the awareness, the desire, and just the experience to keep up with Havertz, but then also to win that ball clean in such a critical point on the pitch, because if he gets that tackle wrong, it could be deemed like denial of a goal scoring opportunity and then it's a red card. So this guy was like Bernardo Silva, bro. This guy was everywhere yesterday, making tackles, making plays and all of that. O'Reilly had a really good game as well. He and Doku, they're a real cause for problem on our right hand side. Mosquera did well to hold his own and all of that, but still they were a threat. And you see, the winning goal came from that side, and it was just that one lapse in concentration because Martinelli was brought onto the pitch to provide a bit more aggression and defensive cover that Madueke perhaps was not given at the time. Because remember, Madueke had that knee issue from the last game we played, I think. So Yeah, man, that's what it came down to. But Arsenal had chances, and if think about the bar, the Eze hitting the bar and all of that. Even towards the end, Havertz with the chance, there were opportunities to kill the game. But you see, in a high level game like that, where the stakes are really high, it really comes down to who is more clinical. And City were far more clinical, and they even with some of the chances they missed, they looked more threatening at times. And yeah, Arsenal has to move on from this. So now what that means is that Arsenal are leading by just 3 points. City have one game in hand. If they win that, it becomes even on points, But it's not over yet. There are a lot of people throwing in the towel, feeling like City are just going to do what they normally do. But listen, this is also a different Arsenal team. This is also an Arsenal team that has been in the position where they've been chased by City. They've been in the chased position. They've been in the chaser position. They've already had the pain and hurt of bottling it, as people like to say, of giving away the advantage and all of that. But I always say, nothing comes easy. If you want to be champion, if you want to be the warrior, you want to be the big dog in the yard, it can't be easy. And sometimes, especially when you've not won it as long as Arsenal has not won it, sometimes that initial trophy you need to kind of break that cycle, to break that trend. It might not be as pretty, it might not be as poetic, it might not be as easy. There will be games and there will be periods where you think on paper, on the balance of play, you should be doing the job, it should be easy for you. And then that's when the upsets actually come. And then maybe it's even the more expected, difficult things that now actually give you back the advantage, you see. This might be one of those things where Arsenal might have to win it on the last day. But that's what it takes if you want to be champion. And what Arsenal needs now is to rally up, keep going. The focus should be from now on is a perfect straight win. Nothing else will do, a straight win. And that's not impossible to do. If you can play in the way you played, against City in that game, if you can produce that level, if you can produce that fight, that determination, that level of performance, you will have no problem winning the remaining of your games. You get? It would have been amazing to beat City, because that would have really sent that message psychologically that listen, But at the same time, I think Arsenal still found a way to send the message psychologically, because they didn't shy away, they were brave, and they tried to show themselves strong. They held on, and even to the last minute, they could have nicked it, you see. But yeah, that's the way it has to be. So Arsenal, is for you now to keep your head down, take every game as a W from the start, and go for it in that manner. Go for it like, listen, it's win or nothing. Leave it out there the same way you left it out there against City, and there should be no problems again. And just an example of what I'm talking about, there was a period when Arsenal went years, I'm talking years, without a trophy. And then Arsenal won that FA Cup, I think it was 2013-14 season, if I'm not mistaken. And then they won it again 14-15 season, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember in the FA Cup win, it was quite good. Most of the performances were quite good. Then it got to the final, and the final was against Hull City. On all indications, it should be happy days, easy game. What then happened? By first half, I think it was Hull City were already up by 2-0, and it took an insane strike, an insane free kick by Santi Cazorla, scoring from a distance and an angle that is almost near impossible. It's near impossible to recreate that. There is no amount of free kick teaching that will prepare you to be able to put the ball where Santi Cazorla put the ball that day. But that was the entry back into the game, and it ended up becoming a final that will put you on the edge of your seat, because due to how Arsenal went behind so early in the match, it looked like it was going to happen again. It looked like it was going to be disappointment. but then Arsenal came out victorious. So sometimes this is how it's meant to be, or this is how it has to be. But there's one thing, there's no two ways about it. If you don't want to be known as Butler's Arsenal, you have to go out there and suffer and win it. Because that banter is not going anywhere. You understand? So that's just how it has to be, man. But the title race now is going down to the wire. So everybody is watching. But you know what? Arsenal, you have what it takes. You have the players, you have the manager. Do it this time, you get. And then something for the haters, you get. Especially all these Man U fans, you get. Listen, this doesn't concern you. This doesn't concern you, right? You understand? Worry about Champions League. Worry about Champions League. Remember the top four that I used to laugh at Arsene Wenger for securing every time. Now you have Bruno Fernandes raising his shoulders, forming aura with assists that mean nothing, that have no whatever. Yeah, Chelsea, I think you've had enough humbling this season, and there's still more to come. Because even this weekend, you found a way to lose your game. You found a way to make Man United fans happy. You found a way to make Premier League only Man United, one game after 21 days Man United happy. You allowed them have a win over you. You've not had a win in about 7 games, or 6 games, was it? You've not scored a goal in how many Premier League games? The last goals you scored was in the FA Cup against Port Vale. And you allowed Man United not only score, but keep a clean sheet against you. The same Man United that Leeds slapped up like this, and they throw them for like an entire week. You allow Man United do you like that? Yeah? Oh man, you know. Boy, Liverpool, I even have one of my homies, a Liverpool fan, trying to message me talking about Bottle. You're supposed to be the defending champions. Yeah? What kind of defending champions are you? You have to be the worst defending champions ever. Because not only are you not defending your title, you can't even defend. You understand? You've got Virgil van, don't defend. Still clinging on to past glory. More worried about his perm than tackling, than defending. Look at him against PSG. Yeah? That's what you have going on. That's what you have going on. Yeah? You relied on Mohamed. They don't respect me, Salah, this evening. So-called Premier League greats. For what? For what? Defending champions that not only could not defend their title, but ending up trophyless. Laughing at Arsenal? What? Listen, it's calm. I know how it feels for a lot of you. You've got no happiness, no joy around your club. So you want to hit on the big man, but it's cool. It's cool. We'll see on the final day. I'm keeping faith with my team, he gets. Please pray that your dreams come true. All of you, please pray that your dreams come true. Because if your dreams don't come true, same way you guys are sending me threats, let me tell you something. You don't know nothing about me and what I can do. You don't know nothing about me and what I can do. There's no bunker, there's no refugee camp, there is no secured facility, no underground basement anywhere that can hide you from me, bro. I'm telling you. Because if your dreams don't come true, I'm coming for you. Yeah? I'm coming for you. I'm telling you. Anyway, it's been your boy AB one more time. Thank you for watching the video. Stay to the end. Even if you can stay to the end, I appreciate all the support on the videos. Like the video if you like the video. Let me know in the comments what you feel about all my assessments so far, about everything. Do you think Arsenal can still go all the way and do it? Or do you think Arsenal will do what they've done in recent years and let it slip again? You understand? Do you think it's going to go down to the end of the season? Do you think either City or Arsenal has what it takes to be perfect to the end of the season? Because both teams now can only win it by being perfect. You get? Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate your time and your support. Peace.